age matters, experience matters, wisdom matters, but representation matters too. And therefore, with such a young country, I think the problems of young India are best understood by young Indians because they live these problems. You talk about jobs, you talk about skills, you talk about cost of living, education, opportunity, economy, AI, privacy, digital rights, all these issues are deeply understood by young India, and therefore young India must come at the forefront of politics to participate in these issues, to get a say in these issues. I speak a little bit about my personal entry into politics. I was a young man, all of 22, when I got had the opportunity, with the grace of God, to come at the forefront of politics. All throughout my growing up years, I wanted to serve the country, but I wanted to join the Indian Army. A lot of people in my family, from both my father's side of the family and my mother's side of the family, have served in the armed forces. Seeing them while growing up, my aim in life was also to join the armed forces. That didn't happen. I ended up becoming a chartered accountant. But my calling, my passion to serve the country took shape in a different way, which is politics. And at the young age of 22, I decided to come into politics, to participate in mainstream politics. And the idea was never to contest elections, mind you. It was not the objective of getting into politics. When I got into a political party, when I became a founding member of a political party, for the longest time, for almost one full decade, I was participating in election campaign design. I was participating in implementing the campaign, candidate selection, manifesto drafting, building systems to run a political party. Then participated in the role of an advisor in a government. And very late in my journey, I decided to fight an election. So by explaining or highlighting my journey, I wish to appeal to every young person in this room that if you decide to get into politics or come in the mainstream of politics, fighting elections is not the only option. It's one of the options. But building policy, building systems, building rules, framing manifestos, candidate selection, there are several gamuts of public service or this genre of politics that you can participate in. And my proof, my own journey perhaps in that sense, is a proof that there is an alternative way of getting into politics. Usually when a young person wishes to come at the forefront of politics, he faces a few challenges. It is usually said that you need a political godfather, you need money power, you need muscle power, and you need media power to be successful in politics. But there are certain exceptions to the rule. And with the grace of Almighty God, I say that I am one of the exceptions to the rule. And therefore, it effectively lends credence to the fact that an alternative route of coming at the forefront of electoral politics also exists. But you need only two things to be successful at that. One is initiative. Second is intent. Initiative to keep showing up, and intent to serve the country. If both these I's are there, I for intent and I for initiative, I think every young person sitting in this room can make it big in Indian politics and have their say when it comes to policy making and law making. I appeal to you because it's young India that will understand the problems of young India, that will raise the issues about young India, and that will see through that these issues result in outcomes which are governed by young India. Friends, to conclude, let me say this, that today sensible people choose to stay in safer rooms, in safer careers, than to take a chance by joining politics. It's probably because, and rightly so, they think that let me build my life first, and it's only then that I'll engage with something like politics. And the hesitation is very natural. That's how, society has kind of engineered us to function. But I appeal to you to ignite yourself. Ignite yourself, because I do hope and I do sincerely believe that choosing politics is choosing the service to motherland. And by doing so, you are not merely deciding to enter politics overnight, but you are choosing to serve the people of India, step by step, one step at a time. The temptations of joining politics are also very often misconstrued. It is not a means to attaining power. It is also not chasing the most viral and the loudest moments. The three things that I have followed throughout my political journey, my three passionate points, I wish to share with each one of you who would consider, jumping headfirst into politics after listening to me. First is attack the issue and never the person. The second is disagree firmly without disrespect. And the third is stay grounded with facts, not with outrage. Friends, let me conclude by saying that I do hope that many of you choose the route of politics. While I see you talking about Parliament, commenting about Parliament, retweeting about Parliament, reposting about Parliament, I hope to see many of you sitting in Parliament, hopefully besides me.